Howdy everybody, welcome to another episode of me documenting the creation of Tradition Farm. So today's episode isn't going to be too exciting. The main thing I want to accomplish here is just to take you all through the land a little bit and show you what I'm working with. So I've already scoped out the land quite a bit, but before kind of getting an idea of the path and the actual route I want to take along here and all the various aspects, I need to know what I'm working with. And so you know, what's the size of the land, which of course I know, and the perimeter, and scope out different areas and see what I want to utilize and what I don't want to utilize and areas to avoid and whatnot. So yeah, let's get started. So starting out, I'm just in the backyard of my house, but if we turn around and on the south side over here, you'll see got quite a bit of open land over this way. So it makes sense to use this as kind of what I would call the home base area, where I would like the start and finish of most of the different rep distance loops out there to be, and where athletes can finish up their warm-up and do some stretching and whatnot and gather up. Over here by this RV port, there is a spigot, so I've got water over there and I've got electricity as well, so it makes sense if I ever need access to that to fill up a water cooler for workouts or to plug in anything I need. That's a good spot to be. It's also just a decent amount of relatively flat ground. Should be pretty easy to work up and get it how I want it. So right now I'm in the far southeast corner of the property, and if we turn this way, we can kind of see the south edge. So basically I have trees lining the entire south end of the property, and I've also got fence around the entire perimeter as well. It is about 200 meters by 300 meters around the perimeter. So in theory, it would be very, very simple to make a 1K loop around the entire perimeter, but not quite that simple. I would have to hug the perimeter as close as I could and use 90-degree turns, which I don't want to have any super sharp turns on this training loop. So, but either way, the perimeter gives me a good base to work off of for making a 1K loop roughly around the outside, and then also using the inside of that to create additional loops. It's also nice to have all this tree coverage on the south end, because in the spring we get quite a few south wind days. So to have a path that runs all along the south edge might help block some wind a little bit for us. There is some fencing on some inside areas of the land as well, but it's as simple as just taking out a couple small sections of that to allow for the path to run through wherever I need it to. Made it around the fence and back on the south end of the land. So behind me is all kind of the south middle area of the property, and it's all good open stuff, so it shouldn't take too much work to get any paths through there as needed. Getting close to the west end of the property now, and now I've got the pond to the north of me, so not as much space to work through in between here and the pond, but still a good amount. So now I'm in the southwest corner of the land, And I like this area. It's a good low spot, which means up here, if I'm heading back towards the east along the tree line, it's a pretty gradual uphill. There's not too much elevation change out here, but I want to utilize the little bit that I do have. So if I come up around this corner and want to get on a decent hill, just run all the way back up to the east end from here. Over here along the west end, it is also much brushier, so it's just going to take a little bit more work to make a path down here, but nothing that's not doable. So now I'm kind of in the middle of the west end, and this is definitely the lowest area of the property. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some areas in here that are kind of prone to some standing water and would stay sloppier for a little bit longer if I were to get a big rain or anything. So that's something I'll want to check out when I do get a decent rain, and just kind of figure out what areas I want to try to avoid. So now I made it to the northwest corner of the land, and there's really not much of note down here. It's still pretty low in this area. Then also got some bigger trees in the area over here as well, so not sure if that will come into play with anything, but certainly worth considering or just thinking of when I'm making the loop. And now I'm kind of in the middle area of the west end, and this is an area I definitely want to utilize because behind me is probably the best little hill I've got in terms of just steepness. It's still not very steep, but at least a little bit of elevation change just coming from the low point and running up to the pond. And then we'll go up to the pond here in a second, and I'll kind of show you that there's an area where I can kind of run, not necessarily all the way around the perimeter of it, but a good area that's already relatively clear that will be good for running on. Made up that short little hill, and I am on the edge of the pond now. And like I said, this is an area I definitely want to use. There's kind of already a visible path that would be pretty easy to make. And then also just allows for a nice little change of scenery while running through the area. On the south end of the pond now, and it'll definitely take a little bit more work to clear out this area, but definitely got a couple paths through here that would still be good to utilize if I can. So back to the north end of the land now, and just another area behind me that runs up to the edge of the pond, so another good little hill I could utilize. And then over here to my east along the fence line, I got a good little path in between the pond and the fence that will be perfect to run through. And now I'm back towards the northeast corner of the land where the house is, and the main part of the front yard is fenced off, so I'll probably just avoid using that at all. One, just to keep the front yard area nicer, but also so I don't have to bother with knocking out an area of this fence. But then behind me, kind of looking towards the pond again, that's just kind of a good open area that I can use however I need to. So now we're back pretty close to where we started. On the inside here, we've got a smaller fenced in area. I kind of want to avoid that area with the path. It's not totally fenced in. I would need to add some fencing to totally enclose it, but kind of want to leave open the opportunity to have some livestock in there. I've been thinking about potentially farming some rabbits at some point for a cheap source of meat. So that might be a good spot to do that. So that's pretty much it for an initial scoping or preview of the land. So my next step is just going to be using Google Earth Pro to kind of map out some ideas or some drafts for the loop, and then it'll be trying to blend those two things together and putting my theory or drafts into reality on the land. So that'll be it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one. All right, I lied, I'm back. I'm gonna give you all a little nostalgia fix and do a little workout here on the indoor track. Don't expect anything crazy or impressive because I haven't run hardly at all in the past 2 months especially, but not much in the past 4 or 5 years either. So what I'm shooting for in this workout is something like 3K, 2K, 1K with maybe 4 minutes rest and 2 minutes rest. And just gonna shoot for 345 per K on the 3K rep, so 6 flat, 1600 pace. And then I'll speed it up to maybe 340 per K on the 2K. And then the last 1K, maybe I'll get down to like 330 or so. So yeah, let's see if I still got the pacing genes. Yes, I do have a pair of Vaporflies. I actually bought a pair. I found a really good deal on a pair a year ago, and I was kind of getting back into training at the time and trying to have an honest attempt at getting fit again. And I wanted to earn my opportunity to wear those things by getting what I thought was fit enough, and wore them for one workout and then got kind of banged up and then just didn't really run again after that. So I have worn these for one workout. And yes, I'm going to be repping Vaporflies to run 6 flat pace. So again, nothing impressive, but I got them and I want to use them. One more note about the workout here. I am doing this in lane 6 on a 300-meter indoor track. It is almost perfectly 3 laps in lane 6 to the 1K. So for the 3K rep, it's 9 laps. For the 2K rep, it's 6 laps. And for the 1K rep, it is 3 laps. So pretty simple. So let's get this show on the road. what can I say? Some people got the pacing gene and some don't, and I definitely got it. Workout went really well. Obviously, as I mentioned beforehand, it's nothing impressive at all. My last 1K was right at 3:30, which is on pace for 17:30 for 5K, which is 1 minute and 21 seconds off of our women's indoor school record in the 5K. So still a long ways to go towards that. But anyways, pacing was executed really, really well. I just kind of have this knack for knowing what I'm capable of, even if I haven't been running for a long time, especially not running seriously and not doing any workouts or anything. And I can just kind of think of a workout that sounds good and is a good challenge, and I'll be able to handle it. And then I can do the math in my head while I'm running and make small adjustments as necessary if I'm off pace. And I really enjoy pacing. There's kind of an art to it, and correcting your mistakes gradually, and it's just a lot of fun. Threw a couple 200s at the end for fun as well, and to make the workout 4 miles. Not that mileage matters at all anymore. Just did a mile cool down, 7 miles on the day. Doesn't matter. So anyways, don't get your hopes up. This is not my return to competitive running. Just having a little fun today and giving you all a little taste of nostalgia. So now that will finally do it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.